So everybody have systems. I hope you have got a new system, right? ఇంకా ల్యాప్టాప్స్ లేని వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. Generally laptops లేకపోతే that's not a big issue, but you can't practice well. Okay, if you want real coding, you should have a laptop. Even yesterday night at 11:30, some of my student asked me a doubt. Okay, so she was stuck at HackerRank problem. So she want that solution. Okay, she is getting wrong output. Then I have opened my mobile and I have searched for HackerRank. I went to HackerRank and I want to type the code in that HackerRank, but it is very hard to type in mobile. సో నాకే చాలా కష్టంగా అనిపించింది మొబైల్లో టైప్ చేస్తాను. సో అంత ఇంటెన్షన్ రాదనమాట కోడింగ్ మీద. యూ నెవర్ గెట్ దట్ మచ్ ఇంటెన్షన్ వైల్ రైటింగ్. ఓకే, సో ఇట్ ఈస్ బెటర్ టు బై, బట్ దిస్ ఈస్ ఏ హార్డ్ సిచ్యువేషన్, రైట్? I hope I'll see any, if you have mobile, and I'll search in Flipkart, okay, any wireless keypad, okay, ఏమైనా వైర్లెస్ కీప్యాడ్ ఉంటే నేను సెర్చ్ చేసి మీకు లింక్ పంపిస్తాను. మేబీ ఇట్ కాస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 500. యూ కెన్ కనెక్ట్ దట్ కీప్యాడ్ టు యువర్ మొబైల్. ఓకే, టైపింగ్ కొంచెం ఈజీగా ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఇట్ మే కాస్ట్ నియర్ 500. ఓకే, అట్లీస్ట్ యూ ఇన్వెస్ట్ దట్ 500 ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ నాట్ నౌ. ఇప్పుడు మీకు అంత ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంటే ల్యాప్టాప్ కొనుక్కోవడానికి, ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ ప్రాబ్లమ్ టు బై ఏ ల్యాప్టాప్, దెన్ యూ కెన్ బై దిస్. ఓకే, I'll share that in WhatsApp group. I hope it is a 500 cost. Okay, you just connect that to your mobile phone and just start working. Okay, so let me see how many people have been in the class. Yeah, we'll start. So I hope you have a clear idea about a variable and data types, right? So yesterday we have discussed till data type, or we have discussed only variables. Name variables ఒకటే చెప్పనా? I have
only variable.
Only variable. Okay, fine. Actually I'm telling two different classes, so I'm getting confused where I have stopped this class and where I have stopped that class. Okay, so now we'll see a data types. Okay, so we got an idea how variable has been declared. Okay, what is the rules to follow declare a variable, and why we are using a variable to store a data in it, right? Then further, when we are writing a code, we'll use that variable instead of data. Okay, data బదులు we are using that variable because data has been already stored in the variable. A data variable లో store అయింది కాబట్టి we are using that variable. So, and we have seen how memory is allocated to that variable, right? We have seen in Python and we have seen in C. Okay, how the memory space is allocated to that particular variable when you declare. Okay, and now we'll see how many data types we can store in that variable. Okay, so we have talked about water bottle, right? When you take a water bottle, we are storing different data in same container, but you store some integer, you store some water in it, and then you can store a milk in it, right? That means you can store any data in it. In the same way, if you declare a variable something called a, okay, and you can store many of data types in it, right? So we can see all the data types will exist in Python. Okay, what are the data types will exist in Python? So the first and foremost data type is number data type. Okay, so number data type in the sense all integers. Okay, int, okay, and then float and complex numbers in the sense 2 plus 4j, right? We have these kind of numbers, right, which is having an imaginary part. So these are called complex numbers. Okay, and bool is also comes under number data type. I'll explain why. Okay, so this is about number data type. Okay, we have a number data type called number. So it has integers. Number data types are called integers, floats, complex numbers, boolean. These are all categories comes under number data type. Okay, and the second data type is string. Generally in Python we don't have a data type called char. Okay, char and a data type played in Python. Okay, we have a string data type. Okay, Fine. And then we have another data type called list A. We call this list as array in C. Okay, list is nothing but array. Okay, we call them as arrays in C, and we call them list in Python. Okay, fine. And then fourth one we have a tuple, and the fifth one set, and then sixth one dictionary. Okay, these are the different data types where you can store in a variable. Okay, and you can use them. Okay, these are the six different data types. So if you observe till this point, okay, numbers, that means int, float, complex, boolean, even string is also exist in C, right? So integer will exist on C, C++, Java. Float will also exist in C, C++, Java, and Python also. Complex also same. Boolean will exist in C, C++, Java, Python. So ఈ ఫోర్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ లో ఉన్నాయి ఇవన్నీ. స్ట్రింగ్ కూడా, రైట్? స్ట్రింగ్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఇన్ C, C++, Java, and Python. But when you see these 3 to 6 data types, that means list, tuple, set, and dictionaries, these are not exist in C and C++ and Java. These are the core data types of Python. Okay, we call them as core data type. Okay, core data type of Python. Okay, because they are all exist in Python. Okay, you can't see these data types in other languages. Okay, they are different from other. Okay, right, we'll see all them briefly. Okay, I'm not telling you deep. Okay, prati data type gurinchi I'll never tell any deep. Okay, I'll discuss briefly because we'll start again from first. Okay, let us see what is the structure and how we'll declare them. That's it. Okay, then we'll start from again numbers, and we'll start doing problems on numbers, and then strings, and then list, and then tuple, and then set, and then dictionary. Okay, first introduction చూద్దాం, and then I'll start again from numbers. Okay, numbers and deep గా చెప్పి then I will start doing programs on numbers, and then after finishing that numbers, then we'll jump into strings. I'll deal more deep in strings, and then I'll tell problems on strings. అలా ప్రతి డేటా టైప్ గురించి we'll cover the concept, and then we'll deal the problems. We'll cover the concept and we'll deal the problems. Okay, by completing all this stuff, then we'll start functions and file handlings, all this stuff. Oops, object oriented programming. Okay, so first we should have a better idea on them. Okay, now I'll introduce all this stuff, how you'll declare ఈ డేటా టైప్స్ని వేరియబుల్లో ఎట్లా డిక్లేర్ చేస్తావు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, if you want to declare any a string, that means characters, in C, you'll mention that char, right? And you'll give a name, and you'll give some length of that char also, right? So this is how you'll declare a char strings in Python. What about arrays? You'll mention type of that array, and then you'll go to the name and the size, and you'll give the size of that array also. Okay, this is how you will declare them, right? In the same way, how you will declare them in Python, we'll see. Okay, now we'll move into the Python editor. So everybody just mute yourself. Okay, mute yourself. Okay, don't get any noise. Okay, please check your microphone. Okay, just mute it, then we'll start. So number data type. So all these numbers, okay, which are having base of zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4, all these are comes under number data type. First we will see an integer. Okay, you can store. I have taken a variable called a, and I am declaring 10. Okay, you can directly declare integer 10 to a. You don't need to tell int a. Okay, you don't need to tell that it is an integer variable. Okay, when you assign a 10, so by default Python will think that type of a. What is type of a? It is integer, right? So నువ్వు డిక్లేర్ చేసిన తర్వాత it is getting understand. Okay, my user intention is to use integers. Okay, because you have given 10, now your Python will check that whether this 10 belongs to integer or character. Okay, and it will read itself as it is an integer. Okay, it's a user friendly language. Okay, so what if you take some, if you see the ID, that means memory address of that a, that is the memory location where a have been stored. Okay, and the value exists in a is 10. Okay, we have discussed that a variable have three things. One is the data, and the name of the variable, and the memory address, right? So this is the memory address of that variable, where it is located in your memory, and this is the name of the variable a, you can call a, and this is the data where exists in that variable. Okay, fine. Now let me go to f equal to 0.5. That means I have declared some float in it, right? So if I check type of f, see by default it is taking float. You didn't mention it anywhere, right? You didn't tell it is a float. Declare చేసినప్పుడు ఇది float అని చెప్పవా? You never tell it is a float, right? By default it is understanding according to your usage. Okay, my user intention is that you want to use float. Okay, by default it will read. Okay, that means it is understanding the user intention. That's why we call this a user friendly language. Okay, and then we got complex numbers also. That means it looks like 2 plus 4j, right? So if you check type of this C, complex number, right? You can see int float to complex. Okay, and if you want to take b equal to some true, okay, if you check type of this b, it is a boolean, because we know that true and false are known as booleans, right? Generally, can anyone say that true, uh, can we agree that true is nothing but 1, right? True is,
Yes, sir.
true is nothing but
Yes,
1.
sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because if you multiply, see, I'm multiplying that b. What is b here? True. That means I'm multiplying b into 1. That means I'm getting again 1. So that means true is nothing but 1. See, I'm multiplying true into 1. That means 1 into 1, that is 1. What if you do b into 0? I'm getting 0, because 1 into 0 is 0. So as they are also 1 and 0, that's why we are categorizing them into a number data type. Okay, right? So what if you take false into, see, in Python when you are using boolean, use, your intention is to use boolean, then you should go with capital T and capital F. Okay, you don't use small t and small f. Okay, because they are not considered as boolean. Okay, if you go with see, this is not considered as boolean. Okay, if you multiply it with what, you will get an error. True is not defined. That means now your Python is thinking that true is a variable and you not declared it because you didn't assign, right? True equal to ekkada assign cheyaledu nu. Now your Python is thinking that okay, my user used true, but he didn't declare at any point. Ekkada declare cheyaledu. He declared f and he declared c and he declared b, but he didn't declare true variable. True ane variable ekkada declare cheyaledu. That's why it's showing an error. Name true is not defined. Okay, what if you true equal to 1? Okay, now you have declared a variable. Now you can use this, right? That means the declaration has been happened. Okay, so you just note this point. If you get any error called name error and not defined and vaste ganaka, that means you are using a variable without declaring. Okay, so when you use a variable without declaring, then you will get this type of error. Okay, name error. That the error name is called name error, because the name true is not defined. You are using one name, a variable name now, but you have didn't declare at any point there, right? So that's why you are getting an error. Fine. Okay, so if you want, your intention is to use booleans, go with capital T and capital F. Okay, there is no boolean data type called with small letters. Okay, right? So this is about number data type, so you can directly declare them. You no need to tell that is a float, this is an integer, this is a complex, this is a boolean. You no need to tell. Okay, Python will take care of everything. When you declare a value, Python will take care. Okay, it will understand the user intention. If you declare 10, then it will understand, okay, my user intention is to use integers. Okay, what if you go a equal to 10.0, sorry, a equal to 10. So when you go with the type of a, again you will get float. Even ante what it is, what your Python is doing, if you finds any point value, then it is making that into a float. Okay, so if you give any value that that have base of 0 to 10, okay, 0 to 10, 0 to 9, sorry, 0 to 9, If it has any base of 0 to 9 without any decimal points, then they are called integers. Okay, then they are called integers. Fine. So we have seen a number data type. Now we'll see about strings. Okay, how we'll declare strings. Okay, let me take a name of the variable is name, or let me take str1. Okay, str1, this is the name of the variable. Okay, now I want to give a data to it, python. Okay, that means you have declared a variable called str1. Okay, the name of the variable is str1, and the data exists in this is string. How do we know? If you go with the type of str1, then you can know that it is a string, right? String is nothing but a group of collection of character. Okay, character elements. Okay, and in python you can use single quote or double quote. Okay, you can use both of them. Okay, let me see that. Okay, I go with the double quote. Okay, open and close. Okay, that means you can use single quote or double quote. Okay, in python both are allowed, but don't use triple quote. In python we use triple quote to comment. Okay, uh, so in C you'll use this symbol to comment, right? But in python we will use triple quote to comment. Okay, so don't go with triple quote. If you want to use any string data, okay, if you want to declare any string, you can use single quotes or double quotes. But you have to remember one thing, that if you start with single quote, then it should end with single quote. Okay, if you start with double quote, then it should end with double quote. Okay, you just follow that rule, that's it. You can use any one of them, either a single quote or a double quote, but the starting and the ending should be same, right? Generally every string, there is a group of collection of characters in string, right? Every character has its own index. Generally every character has its own index. That means p has its own index, and y has its own index, t has its own index. Okay, every character element exists in that string will have their own index. How we can know their index? Let us see. Every time the index will start from 0, right? Of course you people know. I hope you know. You have seen in arrays, right? In array there will be elements, right? Every element has its own index. Prati element of index untadi. Okay, every time the index will start from 0. Any a programming language is array, the index will start from 0. Okay, let us give 0. I want to check what is the element exist at 0 index. Okay, p. Okay, str of 0. If I'm checking string, that means name of the variable, and I have opened a square bracket and closed the square bracket and giving the index value there, 0 index. Okay, if I give str1 of 1, that means y. Okay, because in first index there is y. Okay, so let us see this in paint. Right, we have t. Generally you know something, a string is also a character array. String is nothing but a character array, that's it. Okay, you forgot about this. Okay, now we'll say about index. Okay, generally every element has its own index, right? We are seeing index. Okay, every time the index will start from 0, 0, and this is at first index, and this is at second, and this is at third, and this is at fourth, and this is at fifth. Okay, so we have here 5 index elements. Okay, let us check here. So if I go with the str1 of 5, so I'll get what? I'll get n, because the last index of the string is 5, right? What if you go beyond that index? Now you will get an error that string index is out of range, because there is no such character or element where exist in 6th index, right? This The string lies only up to 5 index, but you are searching out of the index. That means you have crossed the range, right? A string unde range in that velipayanu, then you will get this type of errors. Okay, so when you are writing a loop to get any elements from string and you get this type of error called index error, that means your index has been crossed the range. Okay, there are 5 indexes, but your loop went to search for 6th index also, then you will get this type of error. Okay, string index out of range, because you are searching out of the string. You have enter out of the string. Okay, there are only 5 indexes, but you went out 5, greater than 5. Okay, and every string will also have a negative index. Negative index kuda untundi. Okay, now we'll see negative index. Okay, generally negative index will start from here. Okay, ikkani start అవుతుంది -1. Okay, this is -2. Okay, I'll arrange after that. Okay, this is -3, -4, -5, minus. Okay, so this n lies in -1 index. Okay, this lies in -1 index. Okay, -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. Okay, so we'll see now str1 of -1. That means you will get n. Okay, so when you are going for negative index, okay, in Python we'll have negative index also. Negative index will always start from -1. So -1 in the sense the last element of that string. Okay, what is the last element of the string? That is n. So there it is starting, akkani start అవుతుంది అనమాట. Okay, so str of str1 of -2, that means you will get o. Okay, that means now we are tracing in reverse. Okay, so now it is super, right? That means we can trace our string in forward and we can trace in reverse also, right? Both the ways it is possible, because it has positive index and it has negative index also. So we can trace the string in both the directions. You can go with you can trace it in this direction also, and you can come with this direction also. Okay, it is both possible, right? Right, so we'll see how we'll trace them in while I'll discussing strings. Okay, I'll tell the concept again about strings. Okay, then we'll see the problems related to strings also. Now I want to give you a brief introduction how strings will be declared, how they will look, what are the index values they will have. Okay, and we'll see another thing. Let me do one thing. Str1 plus 4, that means what is str1? It is a string or integer?
Strings.
That okay, it's a string. Okay, it's a string. And I'm adding an integer to it, right? It is possible or not possible? That means I'm adding string to an integer.
Not possible, sir.
It is not possible,
No,
because
no,
you
not
can't
possible.
add. Yes, it is not possible, right? Okay, you can't add two different data types, because 4 is a value and string is differently apart. It is different, right? So if you run this, now you got an error called type error. Okay, see, when I'm telling about errors, you just write about the error. Okay, because every time you should know about the error. The most of people నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేసిన థింగ్ ఏంటంటే, పీపుల్ ఆర్ నాట్ అవేర్ ఆఫ్ ఎర్రర్స్. ఓకే, వాళ్ళకి ఒక ఎర్రర్ వస్తే ఇంకో దాన్ని మోడిఫై చేస్తుంటారు. ఇఫ్ దే గెట్ సింటెక్స్ ఎర్రర్, దే విల్ మోడిఫై ద లాజిక్. If they get the logic, they are modifying the syntax, because they don't know what type of error it is. Okay, see, when you know the mistakes in your life, then you can make them correct. Okay, if you don't know the mistakes what you have done in your life, you can't correct them, right? Even though your life will complete. Okay, when you correct the errors, or when you correct the mistakes in your life will be beautiful. Okay, in the same way, coding is also one of the life. I'll spend most of the time in doing code, because it's my best friend. Okay, so I'll observe everything, I'll give time to this. Okay, I'll give time for everything what I love, right? Even I'll give time for coding. Okay, learn the subject, not to get marks and not to get jobs and not to get money. learn giving love to it, okay, then it will understand. So you should know the error. If you know the error, you can make them correct. Okay. So now I got an error called type error. Okay. When I'm writing the code, now yes, I have a basic idea about type error. Okay. Now I'm writing a code. I have done a logic and I have compiled it. I got a type error. Now I'll search that. Okay, type error వచ్చిందంటే that means నేను లాజిక్ లో ఎక్కడో ఒక ఇంటీజర్ ని స్ట్రింగ్ ని, that means I'm adding two different data types. So I'll search for that. If I find that, then I'll change them. Okay, ఎందుకంటే నాకు అర్థమైంది, దట్ మీన్స్ ఐఎమ్ యాడింగ్ ఎన్ ఇంటీజర్ అండ్ స్ట్రింగ్. నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఇంటీజర్ అండ్ స్ట్రింగ్, ఐఎమ్ యాడింగ్ టూ డిఫరెంట్ డేటా టైప్స్. రెండు డిఫరెంట్ డేటా టైప్స్ యాడ్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఓకే, జనరల్లీ యూ క్యాన్ యాడ్ ఫ్లోట్ అండ్ ఇంటీజర్, దే ఆర్ టూ డిఫరెంట్ డేటా టైప్స్. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్ ఇన్ సమ్ కేసెస్ బట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ ఇన్ ఆల్ ద కేసెస్. Okay, if I get any type error, that means I'm adding a string and integers or something, okay, which are not possible. Adi nenu chestunanu. Okay, I'll search for that line in my code. If I find any line which gives this type of error, then I'll change that line. Okay, I never change enter my code. Okay, so know the error. Okay, then you can make them correct. Okay, it is not possible. And let us go str1 into 4. Can we multiply? Can we multiply that string into with an integer?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, actually yes, we can multiply them. So I'll get 4 times Python. I'm getting, that means you are telling your string to repeat for 4 times.
Python.
Okay, yeah, okay. So Python will be repeated for 4 times. That means you're multiplying, means in the sense you are making your string to repeat for 4 times. Okay, now Python will understand that, okay, he's multiplying a different data type with 4. That means his intention is to repeat that for 4 times. Okay, it gave you 4 times. Okay, so only multiplication is possible, but other than that you can't do that. Okay, you can't subtract them, you can't divide them. Okay, multiplication only is only possible for 2 different data types in Python. Okay, it is okay, fine. Let us open another page. You can't see. Okay, so now I'll get an error or I'll get a result.
Result, sir.
Yes, because I made my string to as in string, right? Because there are 1 2 3 4, but I have mentioned them in quotes. That means even if you mention any integer in quotes, that means they are called strings. Okay, now Python is also a string, and 1 2 3 4 is also a string because I have mentioned them in quotations. Okay, now if I run this code, I got Python 1 2 3 4. Okay, so even though if you mention integers and you mention them in quotations, then they are called string. Okay, they are not as integers. Generally in Python we can do type conversion. Okay, do you have any idea about type conversion? Type conversion in the sense you can make integers to strings and strings to integers. Okay, we can make, let us see. Okay, ఏ కేసులో పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది, ఏ కేసులో ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, we can see the possible and impossible things. Okay, for example, if your string is this, okay, now if you observe your string 2, it's a collection of integers, right? Now you can make this into an int of str of 2. Okay, now I got an integer, right? So if your string contains all integers, any integers aithe, you can make them into an int. For example, I'll make x equal to int of, that means I'm converting str2. That means I'm converting str2 to int, integer can convert chestunanu. Okay, so if you check x, it is an int. Okay, if you check type of x, it is an integer. Okay, can you convert Python into an integer? Let us see. Some y equal to int of str1 of str1. Okay, str1. So it is possible or not possible?
Not possible, sir.
Not possible.
Yes, it is not possible because your str1 is a group of collection of characters. They are not integers. Right now you will get an error. Okay, that is called value error. Okay, so value error, invalid literate for int with base 10. That means you are converting different values to different things. Okay, you can't convert. Okay, with base 10, that means that should be having a number like this. Okay, 10 ఇలాంటి నెంబర్స్ ఉండాలని చెప్తుంది అనమాట. Okay, invalid literate for int of. Okay, so it should be like this, but you have given python. No, python is no, it should be like base 10. Okay, that means it should be like integer values. Okay, then only you can convert. Okay, so it is not possible that if your string contains all characters, you can't convert them into integers. Okay, it is not possible. Fine. Okay, so this is called type conversion. We have different type conversions. I'll show you how we can make a type conversion. For example, if I take some, yes, someone is
ఇప్పుడు
asking.
మనం ఎక్స్ ని స్ట్రింగ్ నుండి ఇంట్లోకి మార్చాం కదా సార్, కన్వర్ట్ చేసాం కదా, దాని తర్వాత దాని వాల్యూ చేంజ్ చేయొచ్చా, మోడిఫై చేయొచ్చా? ఐ మీన్ అర్థమెటిక్ ఆపరేషన్స్ అవి చేసి.
Yeah, you can perform
Exactly.
all the operations, arithmetic operations on x.
ఓకే
Because now your x became integer. It's string కాదు ఇంకా. You can multiply, subtract, you can do anything.
ఓకే
Okay, yes. Okay, వాల్యూ చేంజ్ చేయొచ్చా అనేది తప్పు అనమాట. ఓకే, వాల్యూ చేంజ్, దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ ఏ రైటర్. యూ కెన్ పర్ఫార్మ్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ ద ఆపరేషన్ ఆన్ ఎక్స్. ఓకే, actually maybe many of people don't know about mutables and immutables. There is a concept called mutable and immutable. Mutable అంటే ఏంటంటే where you can change the value, immutable in the sense where you can't change the value. Okay, there are మనకు చాలా డేటా టైప్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ డేటా టైప్ కాల్డ్ ఇంట్, స్ట్రింగ్, క్యారెక్టర్, లిస్ట్, టుపుల్, సెట్, డిక్షనరీ. వీ హ్యావ్ డిఫరెంట్ డేటా టైప్స్, రైట్? ఇందులో కొన్ని మ్యూటబుల్ కాదు. దట్ మీన్స్ యూ కెన్ చేంజ్ సమ్ డేటా టైప్స్, యూ కాన్ చేంజ్ సమ్ డేటా టైప్స్. కొన్ని మార్చగలవు, కొన్ని మార్చలేవు. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ దిస్. ఓకే, ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ డేటా టైప్స్ అన్నిటి గురించి చెప్పిన తర్వాత ఐ విల్ టెల్ అబౌట్ మ్యూటబుల్ అండ్ ఇమ్యూటబుల్. ఓకే, ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఎక్కువ ఎవరు చెప్పరు. ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ. ఓకే, యూ విల్ గెట్ ఏ వావ్. ఓకే, ఇలా జరుగుతాయి అనిపిస్తుంది అనమాట. ఓకే, fine. For example, if I take an integer like c equal to 123, okay, now this integer can be converted into a string. Okay, if your intention is to convert this into a string, you can make them into a string. Okay, what I'll do, I'll convert that. I'll take s equal to str of c. That means what is your c? Your c is an integer and you are converting into string of c. Okay, convert this c into string. Okay, if you check your s, it come with quotations, right? That means integers can be also converted into a string. Okay, it is possible. Okay, but all integers, a integer aina sare, you can convert into a string. Every integer can be converted into a string, but every string cannot be converted into an integer. Only the strings which are having numbers. Okay, anni numbers ayi undali. Okay, only the string which contains all elements as numbers, only that string can be converted into an integer, right? But all integers, maybe to 123, 146, 157, a integer aina sare, you can convert them into strings. Okay, this is about type conversion. So now, till now we got a clarity how to declare a numbers like int, float, complex booleans, and we got a clarity about string. Every time we'll declare strings by using single quote or double quote. If you start with single quote, you should end with single quote. Okay, if you start with double quote, end with double quote. Every character in that string contains their index values. Okay, index will always start from 0 index, in the sense the first character will exist in that string. Okay, and string will also have negative index. Negative index will always start from -1 in the sense the last character of the string. So because of these positive and negative index, you can trace your loop. Okay, nee string nu trace cheyochu anamata. You can trace in forward direction and you can trace in reverse direction also. Okay, that is about strings. Now we'll move into the list. Okay, now we'll see what is the difference between list and array. Okay, asalu list ki array ki difference ento chuddam asalu. If you get any doubt at any point, you can ask me. Okay, yeah, so we'll see what is the difference between array and a list. Okay, generally in C, how you will declare you will declare this, right? This is the way you declare an array, and then you will write a loop and you will read all the elements and you place the elements in that array. See, I'll ask few questions related to C, okay, not in Python. When you declare int array of 100, can you, it is possible to place floats in that array? Can you place float?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can you possible to place some characters in that array?
Integers.
No,
sir.
sir.
That means only integers can be placed, right? Because you are telling that is an integer. And what, can you possible to place more than 100 elements in that array?
No, sir.
No, because you have
No,
tell
sir.
that
No,
my array
sir.
length is 100.
Limit.
నువ్వు లెంత్ చెప్పేసావు అనమాట. ఇఫ్ యూ టెల్ మై లెంత్ ఈస్ 10, ఇట్ విల్ ఆల్వేస్ ప్లేస్ ఓన్లీ 10 ఎలిమెంట్స్. ఇఫ్ యూ క్రాస్ దట్ 10, ఇట్ డజంట్ అలౌ యూ టు ప్లేస్ దట్ ఎలిమెంట్స్, రైట్? ఆ ఎలిమెంట్స్ని అందులో పెట్టలేము అనమాట. అసలు వై ఎరే కాన్సెప్ట్, అసలు ఎరే కాన్సెప్ట్ ఎందుకు వచ్చింది? వై దే హ్యావ్ ఇన్వెంటెడ్ అన్ ఎరే కాన్సెప్ట్? బికాస్ ఇఫ్ యూ క్లియర్లీ అబ్జర్వ్, టిల్ నౌ వీ హ్యావ్ డిక్లేర్డ్ ఆల్ ద ఇంటీజర్స్, వీ హ్యావ్ డిక్లేర్డ్ ఆల్ ద స్ట్రింగ్స్. Till now we are dealing only a single data, right? For example, I am declaring a equal to 10, single data 10, and I can place only a single data, that is 10. I can't place multiple numbers in a, it is not possible, right? You can't place 10, 20, 30, 40, you can't place multiple elements in a, right? For example, a equal to 10 is 10. Now if I check a, it is 10. If I place a equal to 20 and if I check a, it is 20, okay, 10 will be gone. That means at the same time you can't store multiple data in it. But there are some scenarios where we should work with multiple data. Konni scenarios lo, practical scenarios lo, we should work with multiple data. For example, if you want to work with your grading system or your marks will be 6 different marks. ఒక మార్క్ ఉండదు కదా, you will have 6 different marks because you have 6 different subjects. నీకు ఎన్ని డిఫరెంట్ సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి అన్ని మార్క్స్ ఉంటాయి. యూ హ్యావ్ 4 years. దట్ మీన్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ మార్క్స్, సెకండ్ ఇయర్ మార్క్స్, థర్డ్ ఇయర్ మార్క్స్, ఫైనల్ ఇయర్ మార్క్స్. సో ఈ మార్క్స్ అన్ని స్టోర్ చేయడానికి అన్ని వేరియబుల్స్ డిక్లేర్ చేయాలి అప్పుడు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ వెరీ బిగ్ హెడేక్, రైట్? ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు స్టోర్ ఆల్ దిస్ మార్క్స్, యూ వాంట్ టు డిక్లేర్ దట్ మెనీ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ వేరియబుల్స్. సో ఇట్ మే మేక్ యూ make some complexity, right? So to reduce that, they have invented a concept called array. So where you can store multiple data in it, right? Multiple numbers in it. So in C, if you tell the data type as an integer, you can place only integers. It is not allowed to place a float, right? And if you give the length, you are not allowed to place more than that elements. Okay, length and tundo and elements you can place. Beyond that, it is not possible. But what in Python? In Python, there is no concept called data. You no need to tell what data you are placing in it. Okay, and you no need to tell the length of that. Okay, length kuda cheppalsina avasaram ledhu. Okay, now I am declaring a value. Okay, 23, 45, 67, 89, 90. Okay, I have declared a list. Okay, if I check type of L, it is list. Okay, so the variable L is called here list. Okay, so the list has some elements in it. Okay, 23, 45, 67, 89, 90. Okay, that means we got a clarity about the length. Okay, you no need to give the length ఇవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు. Okay, it will take any number of elements. Okay, even if your array contains 10 elements, it will take. Even if your intention is to give 100 elements, it will take. If your intention is to give 1 lakh elements, it will take. Okay, there is no concept with length. Okay, you no need to tell. You no need to remember all the stuff about length and these things. And you no need to tell integer, string. Okay, you no need to tell, because list is a heterogeneous data type and array is a homogeneous data type. Homogeneous in the sense you are allowed to place same data. That means only integers. Okay, if you declare it is an integer array, you will only allowed to place only integers. If you declare it is a float array, then you will place only float things. But what about in Python? You can place any data. Ante mixed data place cheyochu anamata. See, I am placing integer and I want to place some float 0.5 and I want to place some complex number 2 plus 4j. This is very data type, and I place some boolean in it and I place some string in it. That's why we call it an heterogeneous. That means it will allow you to place any kind of data, any mixed kind of data. Okay, so that's why we'll take it as an heterogeneous, and arrays are called homogeneous. Okay, you are not allowed to place this type of mixed data in arrays in C. Okay, but where in Python you can, it is allowing you to place any kind of data, any mixed kind of data. You can take one integer and you can take one float, one complex, one bool, one string. Okay, so string ఎలా అయితే every element exists in that have index, in the same way list will also have an index. Okay, if you go with L of 0, I'll get 23, right? Because 23 lies in 0th index and 2.5 lies in first index. Okay, can you tell me what is third index? What is the element exist in third index?
True, sir.
True, right? What is the element exist in -2?
True, sir.
Complex.
True,
Sir.
true,
True.
true, sir.
True.
True,
True.
because -1 is Python and -2 is true, right? Again we got true. Okay, so it has both positive and negative indexes also. Okay, every element has their own indexes. Okay, fine. So this is about list. Okay, so you don't need to tell the data type what you're placing in it. Data type చెప్పాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, ఏ data type పెడతాం అందులోని. And you no need to tell the length also. Okay, because it is dynamically you can do anything in it. Okay, so I believe that when list concept come into existence, the practical task became easy. Practical task చాలా easy అయిపోయింది. Okay, generally you people have been registered in T-Hub, right? So when you have registered in your T-Hub, you have given your details in your form, right? You have filled your details in your form. Now when you're filling your details in your form, some of your details contain strings and some of your details contains integers. For example, if you go with your name, it's a string. When you go with your phone number, it's an integer, right? That means a data cannot be every time a single. Okay, మన డేటా మనం చెప్తున్నాం అంటే ప్రతిసారి ఆ డేటా ఒకే టైప్ ఉంటుందా? నో, దేర్ విల్ బి మల్టిపుల్ డేటా టైప్స్. In our self details there may be some integers, there may be some characters, there may be some strings, there may be some booleans. Okay, for example, if I ask you anything like you got 15% or 60%, if you got 60, yes, I got 60, yes. Some may be boolean or some percentages, some floats. Okay, when you deal with your marks and percentages, there may be integers and floats. అంటే నీ డేటా ఎప్పుడు కూడా స్ట్రింగ్ అయి ఉండదు, ఎప్పుడు అన్ని ఇంటీజర్స్ అయి ఉండవు, ఎప్పుడు అన్ని క్యారెక్టర్స్ అయి ఉండవు, ఎప్పుడు అన్ని ఫ్లోట్ అయి ఉండవు. ఇట్స్ మిక్స్డ్, రైట్? సో నౌ వీఆర్ ఫ్రీ టు యూజ్ లిస్ట్. లిస్ట్ యూజ్ చేయడానికి ఫ్రీ అయిపోయింది ఇప్పుడు. Before Python, what we used to do, we used to declare different arrays to store different data types. We used to declare one array to store your roll numbers, and we used to declare one array to store your marks, and we used to declare one array to declare your phone number, నీ ఫోన్ నెంబర్ని స్టోర్ చేసుకోవడానికి. నౌ వెన్ పైథాన్ కేమ్ ఇంటూ ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్, ఒక లిస్ట్లో ఒక డేటా పెడేస్తాం. ఓకే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ దెర్ ఇస్ a person called Ashok. We'll place all the data of Ashok in one list. We no need to use different arrays for Ashok. Ashok marks को array, Ashok की name को array, Ashok की మార్క్స్ ఫ్లోట్లో వస్తాయి కదా, ఆ ఫ్లోట్ ఒక array. ఇలా అన్ని arrayలు డిక్లేర్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు, ఒక array ఉంటే చాలు, రైట్? నౌ ఇట్ ఈస్ యూజ్డ్ టు ట్రేస్ దట్ వన్ array. Okay, so the practical problem has been become very easy. Okay, so this is about list. Now we'll see about tuple. Okay, what does it mean by tuple? We'll see. Even tuple is also
Sir?
used to store. Yeah,
Sir, I have a doubt.
yeah, you can ask me.
Sir, variable names.
Yeah, variable names. Hello. I
Hello,
can't.
sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Variable names can be included in list or not?
Variable names,
Yes.
you can't give any variable name like because it will only take, see, if you give anything called okay, that should be declared at some point. Okay, we'll do something. I'll take a equal to 1 and right, I have declared a first and then I have placed that variable in a. What does it mean by a? A is nothing but some data in it, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can place the data in it. Without declaring them, you can't use them. That means it should contain any value in it. Okay, then you can use them. Because in Python, when you declare a value, then that means the variable declaration is completed. So then you can use them in list. So I have given L equal to A. A is nothing but a variable, and in that variable we have a value called 1. So 1 has been replaced there.
Okay, sir.
సార్
Understood.
ఒకసారి సార్
Yeah.
మనం లిస్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత దాంట్లో ఎన్ని ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి చెక్ చేయొచ్చా? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఒక లిస్ట్ ఉంది, దాంట్లో ఆల్రెడీ డిక్లేర్ చేస్తాం.
Length of L. We have a function called length of L. Okay. So you know how many elements were exist in that list. Actually, I'm not telling more deep about list now. Okay. Malli concept వస్తుంది అన్నమాట. Then we have 8 or 9 functions. Okay, we can find maximum value, you can find minimum value in that list. Okay, you can find the count of a particular element. అంటే పైథాన్ అనేది ఎన్నిసార్లు ఉందా లిస్ట్ కూడా కనిపెట్టచ్చు. We have lot more functions. You don't need to write any logic to do that. We have only directly we have a functions. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll tell all this stuff when I starting telling about list మళ్ళీ వస్తాం మనం. Okay. బట్ ఐ వాంట్ టెల్ యూ అసలు డేటా టైప్స్ ఎన్ని ఉంటాయి, ఎలా ఉంటాయి చూద్దామని స్టార్ట్ చేసాం అన్నమాట. ఓకే, ఐ వాంట్ యూ టు నో దట్ హౌ మెనీ డేటా టైప్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ అండ్ హౌ విల్ డిక్లేర్ దెమ్. దట్స్ ఇట్. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ టెలింగ్ హౌ వీ కెన్ రైట్ ఎ లూప్ ఆన్ ఇట్, హౌ వీ కెన్ చేంజ్ ద డేటా ఇన్ ఇట్. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ టెల్ ఆల్ ద స్టఫ్. ఓకే, నౌ విల్ గో విత్ tuple. So tuple is also allowed to store multiple data, but while declaring a tuple will use parentheses. Okay, we will use this parenthesis brackets while declaring a tuple. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so this is a tuple. Okay, even every element exists in tuple also have an index. Okay, t of 1 and t of 1, and if you check type of t, it is a tuple. Okay, so what is the difference between tuple and array? That means list. Generally in list you can change an element. Okay, for example, I'll go here. This is my list. My intention is to change the value exist in L of 0, that is 23. 23 I want to change as 32. Okay, it is possible. If you check, yes, it is possible. What if it is possible with the tuple? Let me check. I want to change t of 0. That means tuple lo 0 index lo unnadi 1. I want to change it as 10. Okay, tuple object has no assignment operator. That means if you declare a tuple, you are not allowed to change it. ఓకే, కొత్తగా ఒక డేటాని యాడ్ చేయలేవు, ఉన్న డేటాని చేంజ్ చేయలేవు. యూ కెన్ ఓన్లీ రీడ్ ద డేటా ఎగ్జిస్ట్ ఇన్ ఏ tuple. దట్ మీన్స్ యూ కెన్ ఓన్లీ బ్రింగ్ ద డేటా, బట్ యూ ఆర్ నాట్ అలౌడ్ టు డూ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ ద ఆపరేషన్స్. వేరే ఆపరేషన్ ఏమీ చేయలేవు. దట్ మీన్స్ యూ కాంట్ యాడ్ దెమ్, యూ కాంట్ చేంజ్ దెమ్. Okay, you can see only the data. That's why you can call the data. See, when I call t of 0, I'm getting the data at 0 index. When I call t of 1, I'm getting the value where existed first index, right? That means I'm getting the data. That means I'm able to see the data and read the data, but I'm not able to change the data, and I'm not able to add new data to it. కొత్త డేటాను కూడా యాడ్ చేయలేం. That means already exist ఉన్న data we can't modify it, and we can't add a new data to it. Okay, that is the difference between tuple and list. Generally, where we will use these tuples. Okay, so you may get a doubt, right? Where we will use this type of tuples. Okay, you people have a roll number, right? Every student has a roll number. Generally, when you have people registered in, we'll store your data in some database. Okay, so that we know how many people have been registered. Every time your roll number will save in tuple. Okay, మీ రోల్ నెంబర్ని టుపుల్లో సేవ్ చేస్తాం, because no one can change your roll number, because your roll number will never change for 4 years. Your roll number will be same for 4 years. Maybe your marks may change. If you fail in one subject, then you may pass at next same, right? That means your marks is changing, and your year also is changing. Right now you have second year, before that you have first year also changing every time. Then I will place your year. That means when you give your third year or final year, you will give, right? We will place that data in a list, and we will place your marks in a list, and you will place your role, that means phone number. మీరు ఫోన్ నెంబర్ కూడా ఇస్తారు కదా, విల్ ప్లేస్ దెమ్ ఇన్ ఆల్సో లిస్ట్. ఎందుకంటే యూ మే చేంజ్ యువర్ ఫోన్ నెంబర్, రైట్? దెర్ ఆర్ ఫ్యూ పీపుల్ విల్ ఆస్క్ మీ దట్, సార్ ఐ హ్యావ్ చేంజ్ మై నెంబర్, ఐఎమ్ నాట్ గెటింగ్ మెసేజ్ ఫ్రమ్ టీఎఫ్, కెన్ యూ చేంజ్ మై నెంబర్? ఓకే, ఇట్స్ ఫైన్, బట్ యువర్ రోల్ నెంబర్ విల్ నాట్ బి చేంజ్డ్ ఫర్ 4 years, right? Not only 4 years, even if after getting out from this college, your roll number will be the same when you enter into this college, right? So we'll place this roll number in a tuple, because so that no one can change it. For example, I'm a I have some very good idea about designing and writing all website, okay? And we have recruited a new person, and a T-Hub lo kottaga person we have recruited, and we have given him a task that can you bring the data, the people who have been registered only for CSC guys, okay? Many people have been registered, but we need only the data from CSC and IT. Can you bring the data? We have asked him to take the data and show in another page. Okay, now he started writing a logic to bring the data only CSC and IT guys from all the members. Okay, if you don't know better, then he may corrupt the data, right? What do data corrupt చేసేచ్చు because he is new. Then your roll numbers may be affected. నీ roll numbers అన్ని మారిపోయాయి అనుకోండి, then the data will be gone. Okay, నీ phone number, even though your phone number has been changed, even though your your phone number మారిపోయినా, okay, even though your name is changed, even though your marks is changed, roll number change అవ్వకుండా ఉంటే we can bring the data from roll number. Okay, because that is the unique point between two different students, right? Roll number is a unique point, so every time we'll place that roll number in a tuple. So tuple lo పెట్టుకుంటాం అన్నమాట, so that even though he write any wrong logic, your roll number exists in tuple. So even though the logic is wrong, the tuple data will not be affected because you are not allowed to change the data in a tuple. Even though the marks and names will be affected, avi affect avachchu, but roll number will be not affected. So that even though he corrupted the data, because your roll numbers are exist properly, so we can bring the data again by using your roll numbers. Okay, so that's why that type of scenarios we'll use tuples. We don't use tuples more in while coding, okay? While writing some problems here, we use these tuple data types in advanced levels, okay? And there is another type of data called set. S equal to, okay, we'll go to new page. So S equal to, so we use floor brackets to declare a set, okay? 23, 45, 67, 89, 90 and 90. So I have declared when I call S. Can you observe any difference in the declaration and when I call? Okay, I have declared some set, right? And I have called set. Is there any difference?
Duplicate values are not allowed, sir.
Yes, in set duplicates are not allowed, okay? If set finds any element has been repeated more than one time, it will remove that element, okay? It will show you only the unique elements, that means only one time, okay? So set is used to remove the duplicates from the given elements, okay? If your intention is to remove the duplicate elements, then you can use, for example, you are calling your friends, okay? You have a birthday party, so you have started calling your friends, okay? Your brother has already called some of your friends, okay? And you want to some other friends, okay? Now you will check the duplicates, right? Okay, well, if your brother already one pilcheste, you no need to call them again, okay? Because your brother already called them and you no need to call them. Now you will match them and you will see, remove the duplicates, and now you will filter the people who you don't call till now, right? So set, okay, can we read an elements in set? Oksari, okay, before answering this question, this is your question, okay? You just answer it. Before answering, I'll tell you one thing, observe, okay? I have declared my set as 23, 45, 67, 89, 90, okay? And I have called my set. And in set and పిలిచినప్పుడు the elements have been exist in the same order or in different order? Okay, someone has
Different orders.
that means the order has been changed, right? Order change అయిపోయింది కదా. See, for example, if I declare some list L equal to 23, 45, 60, 89, okay? And if I call my L, it is in same order, right? 23 first on the 0 index, 45 first index, 67 third index, 89 fourth index. The order is same, but if you observe your set, the order is been changed. So can we trace the elements if the order has been changed? We can't trace.
No, sir.
Okay, it is
No,
not
sir.
possible because they are not order. Order ఉంటేనే నువ్వు తీయగలవు బయటికి. If they exist in order, you can bring them out. If they are in not order, then you can't bring them out, right? For example, if I arrange you in a queue, okay, actually I have arranged in a queue. You went to an ATM, we have arranged in a queue. I told you people to stand, the people who have their first name with A stand first, and then B, and then C. Okay, I have arranged you in this order. Now I can know that all the people who are having name A, they are in first, right? I can call them, I can bring them out because they are at first. If I want to call at C, they are at third place, right? I can call them. If you are not in an order, you have changed your order. Okay, you people have been changed your order. If I want to bring A people, can I bring now? Because I don't know where they are. They have been changed their order. Okay, in the same way, you can't bring data from set because set doesn't follow any order. Okay, so in order list, set is an in order list. Okay, it doesn't have any order. It doesn't follow any order. Okay, sir, but what I can do? See, there is a list, sir. నా దగ్గర ఒక list ఉంది. This is my list. Okay, I want to remove the duplicates from this list. What you will do? You will make set of L. A duplicate has been gone, right? Right. So what you will do? X equal to set set of L అన్నామండి. Now if you observe your X, all the duplicates have been removed. Okay, because in L list L లో 90 has been repeated for 2 times. Now your intention is to remove that duplicate item. So what you will do? You will do set of L, and you have stored that in X. Now if you observe your X, it has been changed, right? 67, 45, 23, 89, 90. So now your intention is to read the elements. Now you can't read them. Then what you will do again? Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు అది సెట్ కింద చేంజ్ చేసాక మనం ఎలిమెంట్స్ రీడ్ చేయడానికి అవ్వదు కదా, అప్పుడు మనకి ఏం తెలుస్తుంది సార్ ఆ సెట్ లో ఏం ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయో లేవా అని?
Type conversion.
Read it now, sir.
Then what you will do? You will do X equal to list list of X. Then you are making that set to list. Now if you observe your X, it became again list. Type conversion anamata. Okay. For example, if anyone give you set and he told you to read the elements, then what you will do? You will change the type of it. Okay, you will change that set to list. Type conversion. Now you can read the elements in list, right? Now you can read them, all the elements that exist in set. Okay, you have to convert the type. That's it. Okay, that is the type. That is the main uses of type conversion. Okay, type convert cheyadam valla more advantage is that. Okay, fine. Now we'll see the last. Yeah.
Why
Any doubt?
67 comes first?
Why 67 comes first? You want them in an order? You want them this in order, right?
No, but in the result, always 67 comes first.
Actually we don't know that how the set will arrange the order. Okay, we don't know exactly why this type of order where they are arranging. Okay, because it is an in order list. Okay, even that don't know how it is arranging the elements. Okay, why 67 comes first? If you know that, you can able to bring the data out right in from set. Okay, we don't know how the order is placing. Okay, we'll take another set of some. Now if you observe, it has been changed, so that we can't tell that how they are arranging the orders, right?
Okay, sir.
If you know how they are arranging the order, then you will bring them data. We can bring the data, but we don't know how it is arranging that. Okay, and now we go to another data type. That is dictionary. Okay, generally you people may hear about dictionary, right? What does it mean by dictionary? We have a dictionary called Oxford dictionaries, right? We have seen these type of dictionaries, right? So every dictionary contains a pair, right? What does it pair? A word and meaning, right? Every dictionary will contain a pair. In that pair that contains word and meaning, word and meaning, word and meaning, right? In the same way, in Python, dictionary also contains a pair. Okay, we'll see how the pair will be. Okay, even dictionary will also use these flower brackets, but Now they will be having some pairs in it. Okay, in the sense, one pair is called Ashok. That means it is a key, and then the other is values.
Value.
Okay. So now if you observe here, see someone has to mute. Okay, you're getting noise. See if you go with Ashok, this is a key. Okay, this is called key. That means meaning, and this is a value. That means sorry, this is a word and this is a meaning. Okay, that terminology we'll use in Oxford dictionaries and different dictionaries. Can in programming language, if you go with the dictionaries, the terminology will be key, value. That means this is the key and these are all values belongs to this key. Okay, I'll use another key. I'm using another key called Sudhir, and I'll give some values in it. Okay, now Sudhir is a key and all these values are belong to Sudhir. Okay, all these values are belong to Sudhir. That means Ashok and Ashok marks, Sudhir and Sudhir marks. Okay, so they have a relation. Mata key and value have a relation. So they will be separated by a colon. Okay, there is no rule that every time key should be a string. Name string ఇచ్చానని you may think that there should be every time the key should be string. No, you can use any integer also. Okay, there is no such a rule, right? So you can call d of Ashok. If you call d of key means Ashok, you will get all the values of Ashok. Okay, if you call d of Sudhir, you can get all the values of Sudhir. Okay, so every dictionary will contain a pair. The pair is key and value. Okay, d dot keys of, keys, keys of, if you call d dot keys of, you will get all the keys where exist in the dictionary. ఆ డిక్షనరీలో ఎన్ని కీస్ ఉన్నాయో చూడాలనుకుంటే you go with this. Okay, if your intention is to see how many keys are there, what are the keys are there in dictionary, you go with d dot keys of. If your intention is to see values, d dot values of. Now you can see all the values, right? We have two different values for two different keys, right? So this is one value and this is other value, right? You can get all the values. Okay, so I'll tell a brief. There are lot more things. You can add a new data to dictionary, you can remove the existing data in dictionary. Okay, I'll discuss all that stuff when I'm dealing with dictionaries. Okay, so right, so we have seen the data types how they are. Okay, and these four data types are called core data types because these are the data types where exist only in Python. You can see only in Python. Okay, and the first two data types are primitive data types. They exist in C and C++, all the stuff. Okay, so now we got an idea. Okay, we got a what is a variable and what are the data types we'll store in a variable. Elanti data types we are storing in variable, right? So let us do one thing. We'll all apply all the operations in data types. Okay, so now we'll see the operators where exist in Python. Okay, what are the operations we can perform on these data? Okay, e data మీద ఎలాంటి operations we can perform. Generally I told you that I'll explain you about mutable and immutable, right? What does it mean by mutable and immutable? See, for example, I'll declare, see, you just listen this concept. Okay, you can't find this concept at anywhere. Okay, that guy has asked me about change, right? I want to tell you about that thing. Okay, when you explain in it, x equal to integer, right? 123, right? The memory address of x, if I see, I'll get some value. So this is the memory address where x has been stored. Okay, can I change integers? Can I change that value? I have changed it to 124. So what you will think, మనం ఏమనుకుంటామంటే okay, I have changed my x, that means integer data can be mutable, that means they can be changed. Okay, no, they are not changed. If you see id of x, now it has been gone to another place, ఇంకో ప్లేస్కి వెళ్ళిపోయింది. That means new x is created, the old x has been erased and new x is created. Okay, what is a mutable? Mutable in the sense the old data should be changed. It doesn't create new data. New data create avakudadu. The old data should be changed. That means x has an id of some 800, right? There the value should be changed. Akkada change avvali. Then we call it is changeable. That is not mutable. So integers are not mutable. Even floats are also not mutable. Okay, what about strings? Okay, we'll see about strings. I'll take str1 equal to, I'll take some Python. Okay, Python. Okay, I'll check the id of str1. Okay, this is the address of string 1. Okay, And what I will do, I'll change some data in it. Okay, string lo ఉన్న data I want to change it str1, okay, str2. I'll I'll change the data and I'll store in str2, or you can make it as str1. str1 ne పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. Okay, str1 equal to str1 dot replace your p with e. Now if you check your str1, it is ethon, right? Python have been changed to ethon. అంటే నువ్వు చేంజ్ చేసావు డేటాని. ఓకే, యూ చేంజ్డ్ యువర్ డేటా అండ్ అగైన్ యూ స్టోర్ దట్ ఇన్ str1. okay, now if you check your id of str1, see the memory address has been changed. The memory address of this str1, same str1 ne, when you change the data, they are creating new data. Okay, they are not changing the data at that particular address, they are creating a new data. Okay, old data erase అయిపోయి they are creating new data in a new memory location. That means strings also not changeable, they are not mutable, right? Now we'll see about a list. So I'll take a value called some 23, 45, 67, 89. Okay, if I check id of l, this is the memory address of l. Okay, now my intention is to change data where exist in l. I'll change that 45, that means at 1, right? First index lo unna 45 I'll change as 54. Okay, now I call my l, right? The data has been changed, right? 45 has been changed to 54. Now I'll check the address of that l. See the address, see this address and see this address, they are same or not? They are same. That means list is mutable, that means you can change. Okay, they are changing at the old memory location only, first memory location lone they are changing there itself. That means they are called changeable, they are called mutables. Okay, so చాలా మంది maybe you may heard about mutable and immutable, but you don't know what it is exactly. Mutable in the sense, if you change the data should be changed at that particular address only. Okay, it should not create a new data at new address. If you observe integer, it is creating new address again. If you change data, if you change data at string, it is creating new address again. But what about list is not creating a new address, it is changing there itself. So that concept is called mutable, that means it can be changeable. Okay, remaining all are called modifying, they are modified, that's it. This is called changeable, that means mutable, and they are called immutables, right? So this is what the process is happening inside when you go with the mutables and immutables. Okay, fine. Okay, now we'll see all the operators. Generally we are so lag, I'm telling more than what you want. I didn't tell all this concept any previous people. Okay, in the concept ఎప్పుడు చెప్పలేదు నేను. Yeah, generally I used to go as you are from secondaries. If your basic is good, then you will crack many things, right? So I want you people to make strong in basics, that's why I'm telling all this stuff. Okay, now we'll go for operators. Okay, generally we have different type of operators. Okay, let me do one thing. Generally we have talked about CPU parts, right? So we have talked about CPU part. There are 3 different parts in CPU, right? So the first part is memory unit, right? We have discussed about this memory unit. Now till now we have discussed about this memory unit only. Addresses, variables sector store, how they are storing, how many space they are getting. Okay, all this stuff we have discussed. And what are the data types where you can store in these memories? You can store integers, all this stuff. Okay, till now we have talked only about memory unit. Okay, that means we have talked about declaring variables, they are getting some space in memory, and how we are storing the data in that memories. Data and memory ఎలా store చేస్తున్నాం. Okay, fine. Now we'll talk about arithmetic unit. Okay, AU. Okay, what are the arithmetic operations you can perform on it? Okay, we'll see all this stuff. Okay, before that, how many operators are there in Python? Let us see how many operators. So the first operator is arithmetic operator. Arithmetic, and the second operator is assignment operator, and the third operator is you are not muting. Why the noise is getting more? Okay, and the third is relational operator, in the sense you can call them as comparison operators also. And the fourth one is
Logical.
logical, and the fifth one is bitwise, and the sixth one is membership, and the seventh one is identify operator. Okay, so now we'll see all these operators. Sorry. All these operators. Okay, so now we'll see arithmetic operators, in the sense what are the arithmetic operators we'll have. That is nothing but addition, subtraction, multiplication, all this stuff, right? So we have addition, uh, subtraction, and then multiplication we'll use star, and division we have double division, and we have modulus. Okay, these are all called arithmetic operators where you can perform on data. Okay, so if you have an integer, two integers, a equal to 10 and b equal to 20, now what is a into b? A plus b. Okay, so we got 30, a plus b we got 30, a minus b, okay, we're getting minus 10. Okay, if you need a absolute difference, we have a function called abs, absolute of a minus b. Even though if you subtract a small number from a big number, you will get a absolute difference 10. Okay, so that is about addition, and we have seen subtraction, and we have a multiplication operator, that is 200. Okay, and we have a single by, in the sense you will get a coefficient value, right? You know about division operator, right? You will get a coefficient. But when you go with single by, you are getting floats. You are getting a float. Uh, you have, I hope you people have done this division operator in C, right? If both the integers, if denominator and numerator are integers, then what would be the result? What is the result you will get in C? You will get integer or float. Generally, how C will work, when you are doing any division operator, if both the numerator and denominator are integers, then you will get a result as an integer. If any one of them is float, then you will get a float. Okay, that is how they work. Okay, but in Python, if you use single by, you will get float. If you use double by, you will get integer, round of value. Okay, I'll take another value. See what I'm doing. I made 10 by 20. Let us see in Notepad. That means I made 10 by 20. That means I hope it made right. Point and add 0. So 5s, right? 100. That's why I got. So the remainder is 0 here. And the coefficient I got is, so if I use single by, you will get in points. Okay, 0.5. If you go double by, it will give the round of value. Doesn't show you any float values. Okay, it is giving 0. Okay, round of value. Okay, so what if I change 20 by 10? 2.10, because 10 twos are right. If I go with 20 double by 10, I'll get exactly 2. Okay, I didn't get any points. Okay, that means single division is giving you float numbers and double division is giving you integer numbers. Okay, so we call this double by as an integer division. Okay, and this is this is a float division and this is an integer division. Okay, you'll get in decimal points if you go with single by, even though the result is exact value ochina sare, it will show you in 0.0, right? This is the difference between single by and double by. Okay, both of these operators will give coefficient, and two operators will give coefficient as a result. Okay, if you use that by operator, you will get coefficient as a result, but If you go with single by, you are getting the point values also. If you go with the double by, you are getting the round of value, that is an integer value. Okay. And we have another operator called, I have taken a equal to 20 and b equal to 10, and we have another operator called a mod b. Okay, that means 20 mod 10. The remainder is 0, right? So when you use 10 and 20 here, user 20, remainder is 0. So when you use modulus operator, you are getting a remainder. Okay. So this modulator operator is used to check the remainder. What is the remainder if I do modulus operator for two numbers? Okay. For example, if you go with 3 mod 2, the remainder is 1, right? Two. What is 2? 3 minus 1? 3 minus 2, it is 1. So the remainder is 1. You are getting 1. So 3 mod 2, you got 1. Okay. 10 mod 2, it is exactly divisible because 10 is divisible with 2, right? The remainder will be 0. So that means by using this modulus operator, we can find and the exactly divisible factors for the given number, right? So 10 is exactly divisible with 2 and 10 is also exactly divisible with 5. So if the remainder is 0, that means it is getting exactly divisible, right? If the remainder is not 0, that means it is not exactly divisible by that number, right? So modulus operator, we use that modulus operator. So till now you have seen a small, I'm dividing a big number with small number with small number. What I divide a small number with some big number, that means I'm trying to divide 10 with 20. Then you will get the small number as a remainder. Okay, small number is just a remainder. Okay, it doesn't go for points and all this stuff. It will always give you the small number as a result. A small number result in the. That means you may think that now what I have done, I have dividing a big number with a small number. Now what I did, I have dividing a small number with a big number. So what you will think that okay, it will do, it will add 0, it will add 0 here and it will put 0.5. Okay, ikkadiki vachi 100 అని ఇస్తది. So the remainder will be 0 అని మీరు అనుకుంటారు. Okay, it doesn't do all this stuff. Okay, your program is thinking that we can't divide a small number with a big number, so it will give the remainder as a small number again. Okay, because right, it is not possible, you can't divide a small number with big number, so always the small number will be the remainder. If the division is possible, then you will get the remainder as exactly. Okay, now for example 10 mod 9 1, because 9 ones are 9, you place 9 there, so 10 minus 9 is 1, the remainder will be 1. Okay, so it is, if this rule is possible because you are dividing a big number with a small number, so this is possible. So when you go with reverse, that means small number with big number, you will get the small number as a remainder. Okay, this is how it is working, right? So these are all arithmetic operators where we perform in Python. And the last, today we'll see up to assignment operator and we'll stop there. Okay, and tomorrow we'll see about all the relational, I will complete all the operators by tomorrow. Okay, then from day after tomorrow we'll start writing some basic codes. Okay, because after completion of operators, you will have a basic idea. That means you know how to declare variables, you know about data types, how we are using them, how we are declaring them, and you know how to add two different data types. You know a basic idea about some gates and all this stuff. Then you can allow to write a code. Then we make all that basic stuff into a code format. Okay, so now we'll see assignment operator. What does it mean by assignment operator? So when you assign a value to a variable, that is called an assignment operator. See, if I go with a equal to 10, that means I'm assigning a value called 10 to a. So the value where exists at right will be assigned to the variable at left, right? So okay, if I make b equal to a, then what is the value exist at right? It is a, that means 10 has been assigned to b. Okay, if you go with b, yes, b is also 10, right? That means you are always assigning a value at right. What is that right? It is a. What is the value exist in a? 10. So 10 has been assigned to b, so b also became 10. And even you can assign a value by adding it. That means a plus equal to 1. That means what you have done, you have incremented a by 1 and you have assigned that value to a. That means 10 plus 1 is 11 and this 11 is assigned to a again. Now if you check a, it is 11. And even you can assign a value by decrementing a minus 1. Now if you check a, it is 10 because 11 minus 1 is 10 and this 10 is assigned to a again. Now if you check your a, it is 10. Okay, that means you can assign a value directly to the variable or you can assign a value by doing any of the operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication. You can perform any of this operation and you can assign the value also. Okay, you can do any of the way. Okay, if you observe the above example, I have assigned directly. If you above this example, now I am doing an operation chase and then I have assigned that, right? Even you can do any of the operation a equal to a into 2, 10 into 2. If you check a, it is 20, right? So this can be, see, if you see these things, this can be written in a different way also. Okay, so a plus equal to 1 you can also write in this way also. Okay, so this is and these are same, rendu okate. So previously there is 10, now you have added 1, that means it became 11. Now there is 20, if you are add 1, now your a became 21. A plus equal to 1, that means you are adding 1 to a. Okay, a plus equal to 1, but don't go with this. Okay, a plus 1. Okay, this is not a correct way. Now can you tell me what is the answer which will store here? A lo ఎంత ఉండొచ్చు? A will be 21 or A will be 1 or A will be 20. I am giving three options. A lo, if there will be A as 20 or 21 or 1. What is the answer now? Guess
1,
it.
sir.
Okay.
1, sir.
1. Why? Because you are assigning plus 1 to A. Plus 1 and 1 and okate kada. Even though it is a plus 1, even though it is 1, that means you are changing the value in A. Already there is A at 21. Now you are changing it into 1. Okay. Don't make plus at here. Okay. It doesn't think that it is an operator. The operator unko. Okay, you are assigning a positive 1 to a. It thinks that okay, you are giving positive 1 to a. That's it. What if you place minus 1? That means it thinks that okay, he is giving me negative 1 to a. Okay, now if you check minus 1. Okay, so you should place the operator here itself. A plus equal to 1. Now if you check a, it is 0 because minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Right? So this is how the assignment operator is working. Okay, you can perform any of the operation and you can assign the value to it. Okay, every time the value where existed, the right will be assigned to the left. Okay, right lo unnadi eppudu it will assign to the left. Okay, you have to remember that. Okay, for example, if you have two values like a equal to 10 and b equal to 20 and you want to make your b as 10, okay, మీ b ని 10 కింద చేద్దాం అనుకుంటే what you will do, a equal to b అంటారు. Okay, now what happened, a20 b20 అయిపోయింది, but your intention is not that. Your intention is to make b as 10. Okay, then what you want to change, b ని చేంజ్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాం. Okay, you want to change b, so you want to change b with what, a. Okay, that is what the syntax will follow. Okay, your intention is to change b, so what you want to change, you have to place first that, and then with what value you have to change should be placed at right. Okay, this is how you will follow the syntax, right? 1 minute, I'll take the attendance. Okay, so this is how the operation is getting executed. Okay, so you just practice all this stuff. Okay, so I'll stop the class at this point. Okay, you just I'll send today. Okay, I'll send Google Form today. Okay, I'll send Teams. Okay, they told us to send a Teams form. I'll send the form. You just fill the form with your roll number and hacker rank detail and GitHub also. Okay, so just see the video if you have any doubts and go through the process what I have explained. ఒకసారి నేను చెప్పిన ప్రాసెస్ అంతా కూడా you have check once. Okay, see, when you practice you will get more. Okay, even though when I used to learn coding, what I have listened in my class, I used to practice every stuff with my own at my with my PC. Okay, you just practice all the stuff what I have discussed till now. Okay, declare a list and check how can you bring the elements in a list, declare a string, how to declare a string, see that. Okay, add two integers and see the results. Apply all the arithmetic operators. Okay. So okay, then bye. We'll meet tomorrow again. Okay. Practice well.